Hello everyone, so today I'm going to show you how you can make your own sock. So the size I'm going to do is 38 or 39 European or US 8 size. One is already done, so I'll show you the second one from scratch. So the wool I'm using is called Woolly Hugs Year Socks. A pretty cool type to use. This is color number 1 or January, and it's out of 75% wool and 25% polyamide. And it's 400 meters per 100 grams. So here you see the colors that we get in the end. So I will show you the other colors or the other months that we also have. So this is a set out of 12 different months and it's a different color each time. So January is here, but the others are also pretty neat if you want to try them out. So yeah, apart from that, I'm using my needle size 3. So the goal is to get a warm and comfortable sock that you will gladly wear. So I will show you how you can do that. I hope you guys are excited. So yeah, it's a pretty simple project. It does take some time, but you get an awesome result in the end, so it really pays off. So yeah, apart from the wool and the needle, you will need scissors as always, and here I have some markers. I highly recommend these. These are very nifty. And yeah, we can now start. So I will show you the number of the round we are doing so that you can always figure it out if you're watching the video twice or going back later. Put the thread like this and make a ring, and through that goes the thread. Now we will do one chain for the height, so one additional one, and I will do 8 stitches for our sock into our ring. So I will do it slowly so that you guys can follow too. So pull through and then through both, and let's do that again. Pull the end thread a bit tighter, and then we can go through the first stitch, so that would be here. But if you're unsure, you can always count back on the outer side. So yeah, if you look over here, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, here 6 and 7, here number 8. And do a slip stitch as always when we connect ends and beginnings. And now we can start row number 2. So one chain for the height, go through the first one and again do sock stitches, but this time 2 per each from the last round. So instead of 8 we had in last row, we will now have 16 stitches total. So if you're not sure how many you did, you can always count. So let's see, here we have 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So the round is now done. Close up with a slip stitch again. Row number 3, so now you gotta turn your piece after each row so that your beginning stays in the same spot if you like. So if you would just keep going, it would go off to one side, and we don't want that, so just turn your piece each time you start a new row. So now here into the first stitch, again a new one. Into the next one we will do 2, and then again just 1. So we are adding a new stitch into every other one. Now comes round number 4. We will start the same way, so don't forget to turn. And we can now start with the stitches. So first we do 1 stitch into the one from the last row, and the same in the second stitch from the last row. So twice we do 1 stitch, and into the third or each third we do double, so that's where our additional stitch goes. So we will now have 32 stitches total due to the additions we did. So we added stitches up to now, but now in the 5th row I will mark 2 spots since I will keep doing additions only in 2 spots of my sock, so I gotta mark those to know where they are. So you see how the colors repeat, and now we get from our circle base to here, so you can see on the heel how that happens. So if you turn it that way, you see where we started at, and also what you can notice is left and right where we marked the addition spots. So that's the only place where we're going to do additions from now on. Now start as usual and do 7 stitches. Now do 2, that's the addition, and the 9th stitch is where we again do 1 stitch. So this is where we mark, so we will always do the addition here. Do again 2 stitches, and from here on 13 single ones. Now at 13 do 2 and then 1 and mark that one, and then again 2 stitches, then 6 singles, and the slip stitch. And keep doing singles, so we need 8 of them. So we did 7 in the last row and now 8, and then the doubled one, the marked one, and again doubled. Now we had from one mark to the other 13 stitches in the last row, and since we added 2 for one or on both sides, we now have 15 singles. Here the additions 2, double, single, and double. And we had 6 stitches in the last round, so now it's 7. Slip stitch, a chain for the height, turn, and move on to the 7th row in the same manner. We had 8 singles last time, so now it will be 9. Now comes the double, the single, and again the double. We had 15 or 13 plus 2, and now we have 17, so it's always going to be plus 2. After the additions we had 6 and then 7 stitches, and now we will therefore have 8. and keep going in the same manner until you have 18 rounds. So we are now at the beginning of round 8 and we will therefore do 10 more. So we started with 8 and then 16 and 24 and 32. After the 4th round we had 36. After the 6th round we had 40, 7th had 44, and now after the row number 8 we have a total of 48 stitches. So we always add 4 after the first 4 rows, and after 18 rows you will have 88 stitches. So I showed you the 3 rounds where we added 4 stitches, and I will show you one more to make sure you guys got it, but from then on it's pretty much the same as always, and you are pretty much ready to do everything by yourself. Let's put it that way. So yeah, I hope you guys don't find this difficult. Feel free to let me know in the comment section what you think, if this was complicated or rather easy, especially if you're a beginner. I'd love to hear back from you. So yeah, feel free to post any feedback you might have in the comment section below the video. So we had 7 stitches in the 5th row to start with, and then 8 ones and 9 ones. So yeah, in this particular row we will do 10 stitches. In the 5th row we have 13 stitches plus 2 is 15, and after that is going to be 17, and now we will therefore do 19. So after our additions, we can again calculate. We had 8 singles and now we will do 9. Here a slip stitch, and that's the end of this row. So this is how quick you can do 8 rows total. So yeah, I hope you guys don't find this too difficult. I try to make it or break it down to you. So now we have 88 stitches total, and stay tuned for part 2. If you guys enjoyed, feel free to shoot a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in part 2.